his head? What's it gonna be? Oh no! Oh god! Oh dear. Oh dear. What's happening? Who knows? Who knows? Oh well. End of the game. It's gonna be uploaded in a weird way. At this point, it's just like, at least we'll have finished it before tomorrow. Who needs a horse? It's not the way to do this? I don't understand. Ooh! Oh, wait. There we go. Ah! At least we sort of got it on stream. I think that's it, really. Oh yay. Zelda. But... that's it. You gonna hold out our hand and blow him in half or something? Please do. Or is he just escaping? It looks like he's just escaping. There we go. That's what I wanted. Oh no, she's doing more of a spirit one. There we go. Oh, what a great game. Nice touch, nice touch. Sorry, I'm like, my girlfriend was like, you really should grow out your beard. This is 6 days. And my face itches so much. I don't like it.
I've been keeping watch over you all this time.
Oh, the music.
I've
So
witnessed
nice.
your struggles to return to us, as well as your trials in battle. I always thought, no, I always believed that you would find a way to defeat Ganon.
I'm sorry, I can't see with this helmet
faith in
on.
you over these many years. Thank you, Link. The hero of Hyrule. May I ask, do you really remember me?
Nice. Very nice. That was like a surprisingly mature, cool way to end it, I think, at that moment. Well, from from my understanding was that she was in like suspended animation, much like Link. But I could be wrong. Yeah, I mean, once you bring in magic into something, it's like, you know, I've been listening to this Lord of the Rings podcast. It's going through the books, really, you know, fine-tooth comb sort of stuff. And I'm like 30 hours in, and we're on chapter 4. And his name's Coriolis, and he's really knowledgeable, really cool. And he talks a little bit about how Tolkien's view of magic is very like mythical, in the sense that, like, kind of like this, it doesn't necessarily have boundaries or rules per se. It's basically what the story needs, but also has to maintain a mystery to it, mystique. Whereas you have someone else on the other side of the fantasy spectrum, like Brandon Sanderson, who's a very famous, fantasy author, and he has like charts in the back of his books that have very clear rules, for how his magic functions and works. So you can go either way. I prefer like kind of a middle ground, or like it needs to be cool and like compelling and stuff, but also it can't just have no rules. Like you should have like a little bit of an understanding of how it works. Otherwise, what's the point? Because then you get into that whole thing of like, well, why didn't they do this at this moment? Or why didn't they do this at this moment? Which already happens with Gandalf enough. You can see Tolkien running into that problem quite a bit, especially with like, later how he doesn't necessarily help the dwarves, the elves, or the fellowship in the way you think he should. If he could like, shoot fireballs or dispel fireballs like he does with Saruman, or that's at least in the movies, but you know what I mean. So yeah, what a great game. This is unskippable, so I'm just gonna let it run. It was interesting. I do like this. We can do a little reflection on Zelda. I love Zelda. I think this game is mechanically the best game, but I almost feel like I like the other games, like Ocarina of Time, more in terms of just, what's it called? In terms of like, I like the Divine Beast concept was cool, but like I like temples. I missed having temples. I thought that was always fun. I like the Divine Beast characters, and Sidon, all that stuff. And I liked all the exploring the open world stuff. They did really, really well. The only thing I like we said before, is just Ganon was less of a character, is more of a like primordial force. Oh, there's Sidon, by the way. Love that dude. And it's weird. So it's such a odd mix of like more story and less story in a way. More story with Link's allies, but less story with Link and Ganon themselves, which is also odd too, because they added a little like romance element between Mipha and Link, which wasn't really explored, but kind of an interesting take on it, considering that Link is not he's an emotive character, but not one that communicates. He's nonverbal for the most part. So unless you count like being verbal communication, which I guess you can make sounds, and you know what I mean though. So yeah, I don't know. I think definitely the best video game, but for like complete experience, I still might say Ocarina. And they could still explore some stuff in DLC. Yeah, I hope they continue with the DLC. I don't know if they will. I know they already had 2 come out, but I don't know. It'll be interesting. I didn't buy the DLC yet because I've been trying to save some money, but I don't know if I'll go back and play the game on Master. I had a hard enough time playing it just regularly, but It also always amazes me, like, look at how many people it takes to do this stuff. It's insane. It's so cool. Same thing with movies or any sort of like large form art, bit of media. It's always very, very impressive to me. Even if you read like a book, it's not this many people, but you still have like editors and advertiser people who oversee the printing process, publication, publicity, stuff like that. I always think that's kind of the collaborative part is something that I always think is very interesting. Something I definitely want to do with my career, with movie, film, film and TV stuff. So, out of all the, I was thinking about the other day, out of all the champions, I think, I like Daruk the most, because I think he's just really, really good. Just Go. They had one name. That's cool. Kind of like Prince or something, or Zendaya. I always feel like you have to be really cool to only have one name. I don't know if I'd ever get to that point. Plus, I think I'd be a little silly if I feel a little silly if I just got someone to be like, Taylor. And you're like, oh, Taylor what? And you're like, no, Taylor. Check it again. I have a reservation for 8. Rivali I like because he reminds me of Falco from Star Fox, because he's just, why are birds jerks? I don't understand. But Daruk's probably my favorite. I like Boris a lot, but I feel like her voice actress is the one that I didn't connect with really. It's kind of, for me, I thought it was flatter, but that might just be the direction that she was given. And then Mipha was kind of, the love story was interesting, but I found Mipha kind of, I didn't really get a sense of who she was like I did Daruk or even Boris. So, and like I said, not a criticism, but something else that I would think is, or I do think is, I missed having a side character. You know, I missed having the. There was no Midna. There was no. There was no Midna. There was no, Navi, which a lot of people are probably really happy about because, but I don't know. I still get very nostalgic about like, listen, hey. But yeah, Rivali is kind of your rival. It's one of those things where like, I appreciate that this game tried to encompass a lot of time, but you almost feel like it would be almost more interesting. I mean, I know they couldn't do it, but like, just having tons of stuff on screen. But like, it'd be cool to live out that whole prequel element, where they had to fight all the Guardians, and the King of Hyrule's still alive, everyone's still alive, fighting together. I don't know how that game would work, obviously, but it was such a cool story. It's a bummer that everyone's just like Force Ghosts for the most part. So I'm happy though that it ended where it did. And it was kind of a cool, very mature way to do it. Also, on the subject of Rivali, where is our super awesome Star Fox Switch game? And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Star Fox needs to have a movie done in stop motion, a la Fantastic Mr. Fox or the upcoming Isle of Dogs. How cool would that be? Stop motion Star Fox? I'd watch that. Also, a Studio Ghibli Zelda movie would be amazing, in my opinion. That's just me, though. It's what I would like. Oh, that's sweet. Very nice, very nice. What a great game. Oh, they're gone now. Wow. Their time is complete. It's sort of like I don't think that happens with Force Ghosts, right? Force Ghosts just sort of persists. I don't know now. It's kind of unclear with Star Wars lore because the extended universe is over technically. And the new canon is different, but they still have Force Ghosts, obviously, if you've seen The Last Jedi. So, the end. But, the Force Ghosts, the rules of Force Ghosts were always kind of, we never really knew anyway, so, like, what exactly they were. Oh, finally I have that whole outfit. Cool.
We'll make our way to
Oh, wait, this is a flashback.
Divine Beast Varuta. Looks like it's stopped working. Let's investigate the situation. Mipha's father. I believe he would like to hear more about her. The least we can do is visit him and offer him some closure. Although Ganon is gone for now, there is still so much.
They're supposed to be making a Mario movie. I saw that, Illumination, right?
That we must bear.
Be interesting. I think the style works for Illumination. They have, they did Despicable Me and stuff.
We can restore Hyrule to its former glory.
Once again, I'm wondering how they're going to do that with a largely, like, non-verbal protagonist. I mean, they did it wonderfully in Shape of Water, but, she uses sign language. Mario doesn't use ASL. So...
can no longer hear the voice inside the sword. I suppose it would make sense if my power had dwindled over the past 100 years.
Dramatic turn. Blink.
I'm surprised to admit it, but I can accept that.
Huh. That was nice. Oh, the Silent Princess and Bloom. Huh. What fun, what fun. It's always a bummer too with like open world games or games that continue after the story's over when they have this big crescendo and then it just starts again at the open world being like, yeah, that's here. I don't have the downloadable content, so that's fine. I don't know what the amiibos do. I don't have them either. But yeah, that's Zelda Breath of the Wild. We did it, guys. Thanks 99100 for all your help and support. Sorry the connectivity's been such an issue. I do not know what is wrong. I'm still trying to figure it out. But yeah, I think I'm gonna sign off for today because I just want to see if the computer still worked, and it did. So we did that. But if anyone else is on stream, feel free to follow. We're on like 5 days a week. Should be getting a gaming computer soon. Be able to expand the stream. We got 36 followers. Trying to get to 50 would be cool. So feel free to throw us that follow if you want. Yeah, we have fun here, I think. But 99 have a good night. Thanks for tuning in again, and I'll come back probably with, if I get the computer to work, Super Mario Galaxy, and also Dark Souls 3, which I finally got back into. And I don't know, we'll figure it out. Maybe Stardew Valley, because it's very, like, non-stressful. Anyway, thanks a lot, everyone, for watching. I'll see you soon. Have a good night.